Princess Aurelia's Magical Escape. In the heart of a vast and enchanted forest stood a tall, gleaming tower. Its stone walls were covered with ivy, and at the very top was a single window from which one could see the entire forest for miles around. In that tower lived Princess Aurelia, a young girl with long, golden hair that shimmered like sunlight. Her hair was not just beautiful, it was magical, and its magic was the reason why the wicked witch Morgana had imprisoned her in the tower. From the moment she could remember, Princess Aurelia had lived in the tower, alone except for the company of the animals of the forest who would visit her. Every day, she would sit by the window, brushing her hair and singing songs that made the birds stop and listen, and the flowers bloom more brightly. One day, while she was singing, a small bluebird flew up to her window. This bird was different from the others, for it could speak. "Princess Aurelia," the bluebird said, "I bring you a message of hope. The magic in your hair is strong, and it can help you escape this tower. You have to believe in yourself." Princess Aurelia's heart filled with hope. She had long dreamed of leaving the tower and exploring the world beyond. She asked the bluebird, "How can I escape? The tower has no stairs, and the door is locked with Morgana's spell." The bluebird chirped with excitement. "Your hair is the key. You must weave it into a rope and climb down. Trust in your magic, princess." That night, under the light of the full moon, Aurelia began to weave her hair into a long, strong rope. It was a task that took several nights, but she persevered, knowing that freedom was within her grasp. On the 7th night, the rope was complete. With trembling hands, Aurelia secured the rope to the sturdy wooden frame of her window and began her descent. As she climbed down, the magic in her hair glowed, illuminating her path. The moment her feet touched the soft grass of the forest floor, she felt a surge of exhilaration. She was free. Aurelia wandered through the forest, marveling at its beauty. She befriended many animals who guided her and kept her safe. Among them were Luna, a wise old owl, and Thistle, a mischievous squirrel. They told her tales of the world beyond the forest and taught her how to survive in the wild. One day, as Aurelia was exploring a particularly dense part of the forest, she stumbled upon an ancient, hidden path. The path was lined with glowing flowers and led to a sparkling, crystal-clear lake. At the edge of the lake sat an old woman with kind eyes and a warm smile. "Welcome, Princess Aurelia," the old woman said. "I am Seraphina, the guardian of this forest. I have been waiting for you." Aurelia was astonished. "How do you know who I am?" Seraphina chuckled softly. "This forest is enchanted, my dear. It has been watching over you since you were born. I know of your captivity and your escape. I am here to help you on your journey." Seraphina taught Aurelia many things: how to harness the magic in her hair, how to speak to the trees, and how to call upon the elements. Aurelia learned quickly, her confidence growing with each passing day. She discovered that her hair could do more than just glow. It could heal wounds, summon gentle breezes, and even create shields of light. With her newfound skills, Aurelia, it was time to leave the forest and see the world. Luna, Thistle, and Seraphina blessed her journey, and with a heart full of courage, she set off. Her adventures took her to many places. She crossed vast deserts where she befriended nomads and learned the art of storytelling. She sailed across stormy seas where she used her magic to calm the waters and save a ship from sinking. She climbed towering mountains, where she found a village that had been cursed by Morgana. In this village, Aurelia discovered that Morgana's influence was widespread and that many people were suffering because of her dark magic. Determined to put an end to the witch's tyranny, Aurelia decided to confront Morgana. With the help of the villagers, who had regained their hope thanks to Aurelia's presence, she prepared for the final battle. They armed themselves with enchanted weapons and shields, crafted by the village's blacksmith, who used the magical properties of Aurelia's hair to forge them. When the day of the confrontation arrived, Aurelia and her allies marched to Morgana's lair, a dark castle surrounded by thorny vines and guarded by fearsome creatures. Aurelia's hair glowed brighter than ever, illuminating the way and giving courage to those who followed her. Morgana was waiting for them in the castle's grand hall. Her eyes were cold and filled with malice. "So, the little princess has escaped her tower. You think you can defeat me?" Aurelia stepped forward, her voice strong and unwavering. "Your reign of terror ends today, Morgana. You have caused enough suffering." A fierce battle ensued. Morgana unleashed her dark magic, but Aurelia's light was stronger. She used her hair to deflect Morgana's spells, heal her injured allies, and create barriers of protection. With each attack, Morgana grew weaker, and Aurelia's light grew stronger. Finally, with a powerful blast of light, Aurelia defeated Morgana. The witch's dark magic dissolved, and the castle's thorny vines withered away. The people of the village cheered, and the entire kingdom rejoiced. Aurelia had freed the land from Morgana's tyranny. She returned to the village, where she was hailed as a hero. The villagers, now free from the witch's curse, rebuilt their homes and lives. With Morgana gone, Aurelia decided to travel the world, using her magic to help those in need. She became a beacon of hope and kindness, her golden hair a symbol of light and love. Years passed, and Aurelia's legend spread far and wide. She became known as the Princess of Light, the one who brought hope and magic wherever she went. Her adventures were many, and her heart was always full of the joy of helping others. And so, Princess Aurelia lived a life of adventure and purpose, her magical hair shining brightly as she spread light and love throughout the world. The enchanted forest, the ancient path, and the sparkling lake remained her home, a place where she could always return to rest and find peace. The end. Princess Aurelia and the Evil Bunny. Once upon a time, in the heart of an enchanted forest, Princess Aurelia lived in peace. With her long, magical blonde hair that shimmered like the sun, she had become a beacon of hope and light throughout the land. Her days were filled with adventures, helping those in need, and spreading joy wherever she went. One sunny afternoon, as Aurelia was gathering wildflowers in a meadow, a small and peculiar bunny appeared from the shadows. This bunny was unlike any she had seen before. Its fur was midnight black, and its eyes glowed with an eerie red light. Despite its cute appearance, there was something sinister about it. The bunny approached Aurelia with a sly smile. "Greetings, Princess Aurelia," it said in a surprisingly deep voice. "I am Shadow, the most magical bunny in this forest." Aurelia, always kind-hearted, smiled back. "Hello, Shadow. What brings you here?" Shadow's eyes gleamed with a mischievous glint. "I have heard of your magical hair, Princess. They say it holds immense power. I have come to see it for myself." Aurelia nodded, her golden locks shimmering in the sunlight. "Yes, my hair does have magic, but it is meant to help others and bring light to the world." Shadow's smile widened, revealing sharp, tiny teeth. "Indeed, and with your hair, I could become the most powerful magical bunny in existence. Imagine what I could do with such power." Aurelia felt a chill run down her spine. She took a step back. "My hair is not for taking, Shadow. It is a gift to be used for good." But Shadow was not one to be easily dissuaded. It darted forward, faster than any bunny Aurelia had ever seen, and attempted to grab a strand of her hair. Instinctively, Aurelia's magic flared up, creating a protective barrier of light around her. Undeterred, Shadow began to chant an ancient spell. Dark clouds gathered in the sky, and a swirling vortex of shadows formed around the bunny. Aurelia could feel the pull of dark magic trying to weaken her defenses. Determined to protect her magic in the land, Aurelia called upon the power within her hair. Her golden locks began to glow with an intense light, brighter than the sun. She raised her arms, and beams of light shot out, piercing through the darkness and striking Shadow. The evil bunny let out a shriek of rage as the light engulfed it. For a moment, it seemed like Shadow would be consumed by the light. But then, with a final surge of dark magic, it broke free and vanished into the shadows. Breathing heavily, Aurelia looked around. The meadow was silent, the dark clouds dissipating. She knew that Shadow had been weakened but not defeated. The bunny would return, more determined than ever to claim her magical hair. Determined to stop Shadow once and for all, Aurelia set off to find the source of the bunny's dark magic. She journeyed deep into the forest, seeking out the ancient ruins where dark magic was rumored to originate. Along the way, she encountered various magical creatures, all warning her of the dangers that lay ahead. At last, she reached the ruins. The place was eerie, with crumbling stone pillars and an air of foreboding. In the center of the ruins stood an ancient altar, pulsing with dark energy. Shadow was there, drawing power from the altar. "So, you have come to stop me, Princess?" Shadow sneered. You are brave, but you will fail. Aurelia stood tall, her hair glowing with a fierce light. Your dark magic has no place in this world, Shadow. I will not let you harm anyone. With a roar of fury, Shadow unleashed a torrent of dark energy. Aurelia responded with a wave of light, the two forces clashing in a dazzling display of magic. The battle raged on, the ruins shaking with the power of their duel. Drawing upon every ounce of her strength, Aurelia called forth the true power of her hair. Her golden locks transformed into beams of pure light, piercing through the darkness and striking the altar. The dark energy began to dissipate, the ruins starting to crumble. Shadow let out a scream of despair as the altar shattered, its power destroyed. The bunny, now stripped of its dark magic, fell to the ground, weakened and defeated. Aurelia approached Shadow, her heart filled with compassion despite the bunny's evil intentions. You don't have to be consumed by darkness, Shadow. There is always a chance for redemption. Shadow looked up at her, its red eyes dimmed. I don't know how, it whispered. Aurelia knelt down and gently placed a hand on the bunny's head. Let me help you. Together, we can find a better path. With her magic, Aurelia healed Shadow, cleansing it of the dark energy that had corrupted it. The bunny's black fur lightened to a soft gray, and its eyes turned a gentle blue. For the first time, Shadow felt a sense of peace. Grateful and changed, Shadow vowed to use its remaining magic for good. It became Aurelia's loyal companion, helping her spread light and joy throughout the land. And so, Princess Aurelia and Shadow the Bunny traveled together, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. They became a symbol of hope and redemption, showing the world that even the darkest of hearts could be healed with kindness and light. The end. Princess Aurelia and the Enchanted Forest. In the far reaches of the Enchanted Forest, Princess Aurelia's legend had grown. Her long, magical blonde hair had become a symbol of hope, and her adventures were known far and wide. But there was one part of the forest, shrouded in mystery, that even she had not yet explored. It was said to be filled with ancient magic and guarded by powerful spirits. One crisp autumn morning, as the leaves turned shades of gold and crimson, Aurelia felt a call from the depths of this unexplored forest. She had been having strange dreams of a forgotten place, a realm within the forest where time itself seemed to stand still. Determined to uncover the secrets of this hidden realm, she packed her belongings and set off on her trusty steed, Luna, the white stallion. As she ventured deeper into the forest, the trees grew taller and the air thicker with enchantment. The familiar paths disappeared, replaced by a dense, almost impenetrable thicket. But Aurelia's magic guided her, her hair glowing faintly to light the way. After days of travel, she reached the edge of a vast, shimmering lake. The water was crystal clear, reflecting the sky like a perfect mirror. In the center of the lake was an island, and on that island stood a magnificent ancient tree, its branches stretching up towards the heavens. Aurelia felt a pull towards the island. With no boat in sight, she knew she had to use her magic. She whispered an incantation, and her hair began to weave itself into a sturdy, glowing boat. Climbing into it, she gently pushed off from the shore, her hair propelling her towards the island. As she approached, she noticed that the tree was not just any tree. It was the Tree of Ages, an ancient being that was said to hold the memories of the forest. Its bark was etched with symbols of forgotten languages, and its leaves glowed with an ethereal light. Aurelia disembarked and approached the tree. "Great Tree of Ages," she called out, "I am Princess Aurelia. I seek the knowledge and secrets you guard." The tree's branches rustled, and a soft, wise voice echoed in her mind. "Welcome, Princess Aurelia. You are the first in centuries to reach this sacred place. What do you seek?" Aurelia took a deep breath. "I have felt a calling to this place in my dreams. I seek to understand its significance and to uncover the mysteries of this realm." The Tree of Ages seemed to nod. "Very well, but to unlock the secrets of this place, you must first prove your worth. 3 trials await you. Only then will the knowledge be revealed." Without hesitation, Aurelia agreed. "I am ready." The first trial began immediately. The ground beneath her feet shimmered, and she found herself in a dense, dark forest. The air was thick with fog, and strange sounds echoed all around. Suddenly, a pack of shadowy wolves appeared, their eyes glowing menacingly. Aurelia's heart raced, but she stood her ground. Drawing upon her magic, She wove her hair into a glowing whip, cracking it to keep the wolves at bay. They lunged at her, but with each strike of her whip, they dissipated into shadows. Her bravery and quick thinking allowed her to defeat the pack, and the fog lifted, revealing a path forward. The second trial took her to a mountain peak, where a fierce storm raged. The wind howled and lightning cracked the sky. At the peak stood a colossal stone guardian, its eyes glowing with a cold blue light. The guardian spoke in a thunderous voice, "To pass, you must calm the storm." Aurelia knew that her magic alone might not be enough. She closed her eyes and focused on the elements around her. She began to sing, her voice carrying on the wind. Her song was filled with the essence of peace and harmony. Slowly, the storm began to subside, the winds calming and the lightning ceasing. The guardian nodded in approval and stepped aside, allowing her to pass. The final trial brought Aurelia to a serene meadow, filled with flowers of every color. In the center of the meadow stood a beautiful yet sorrowful spirit. The spirit was weeping, and its tears turned the flowers to stone. Aurelia approached gently. "Why do you weep, dear spirit?" The spirit looked up, its eyes filled with ancient sorrow. "I am the spirit of this land, cursed to eternal sadness. Only true compassion can lift my curse." Aurelia's heart ached for the spirit. She reached out and touched the spirit's hand. "I feel your pain. Let me share your burden." As she spoke, a warm golden light emanated from her touch, enveloping the spirit. The spirit's sorrow began to lift, replaced by a sense of peace. The flowers that had turned to stone blossomed once more, and the meadow was filled with vibrant life. With the spirit's curse lifted, Aurelia was transported back to the Tree of Ages. "You have proven your worth, princess," the tree's voice echoed. "Now, you shall know the secrets of this realm." The tree's bark began to glow, and images of the forest's history appeared before her. She saw the creation of the forest, the rise and fall of ancient civilizations, and the magic that had protected and nurtured the land. She learned of the great balance that kept the forest alive, and the importance of preserving its harmony. Aurelia's mind was filled with wisdom and understanding. She thanked the Tree of Ages for its gifts and promised to protect the forest and its secrets. Returning to her world, Aurelia felt a renewed sense of purpose. She continued her adventures, using the knowledge she had gained to bring balance and harmony wherever she went. Her bond with the forest grew stronger, and she became a guardian of its ancient magic. Years passed, and Princess Aurelia's legend grew. She was known as the guardian of the Enchanted Forest, a protector of its secrets and a beacon of hope. Her hair, still shimmering with magical light, was a symbol of her connection to the ancient and mystical forces that shaped the world. And so, Princess Aurelia's adventures continued, her heart full of love and compassion, her spirit ever guided by the wisdom of the Tree of Ages. The end.